She hasn't looked at you once tonight. She's laughing with someone else. She's on the other side of the room. She hasn't said a single word to you. And yet, you feel it. That invisible wire. That pull. Like gravity between two objects that aren't supposed to be in each other's orbit. You're not imagining it. What you're feeling is real. What she is feeling is real. But here's the thing, nobody tells you. When attraction is forbidden, she will do everything in her power to make sure you never find out. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to see through that. The 5 signs a woman is secretly attracted to you, even when she can't, and won't, say it out loud. Stay until the end. Because sign number 4 is the one most men completely misread as rejection. By the end of this video, you'll be able to walk into any room and read the unspoken emotional truth of what's happening around you. No guessing, no confusion, just clarity. But first, you need to understand why this happens at all. Let's start with a truth that most people are uncomfortable admitting. Attraction does not ask for permission. It doesn't check if she's in a relationship. It doesn't look at a wedding ring. It doesn't consult her moral values or her social reputation. Attraction begins as a neurological event. The moment a man with the right kind of energy walks into her environment, her amygdala fires, her dopamine system activates. Her heart rate increases slightly. Cortisol and adrenaline enter her bloodstream. All of this happens in milliseconds. Long before her conscious mind has a chance to say, wait, I shouldn't feel this. This is what psychologists call the dual process theory of emotion. System 1, the fast, automatic emotional brain, reacts first. System 2, the slow, rational, logical brain, comes in second. By the time her logic shows up to the party, her body has already RSVP'd, and now she's at war with herself. Her logical brain says, you are committed, stay controlled, keep your distance. Her nervous system says, I don't care, he's here. Have you ever felt this kind of pull towards someone you knew you shouldn't? Drop A in the comments. I read every single one. Now here's what most men get completely wrong. They wait for her to be obvious, to be direct, to say something. But when attraction is forbidden, directness is the last thing you'll ever see. What you need to look for are micro-signals, 2-second windows where her guard drops and the truth leaks out. Let me show you the first one. When her feelings move faster than her self-control. Every woman in a committed relationship builds what I call a psychological firewall. It's not something she consciously constructs. It develops naturally over time, a set of invisible behavioral rules designed to protect 3 things. 1, her loyalty to her partner. 2, her social image and reputation. 3, the peace of her current life. This firewall is strong, but forbidden attraction is like water. It doesn't break through the wall. It finds the cracks, and those cracks show up as emotional slips. Here's what an emotional slip looks like in real life. You're talking about something completely neutral. Work, a movie, the weekend. And she asks you a question. Maybe something like, how's your family doing? Or, did you end up going on that trip? Sounds normal, right? But watch the delivery. The question came a half second too fast. There was a warmth in her voice that wasn't there a moment ago. A softness. The kind of tone that isn't professional, isn't casual. It's the tone reserved for people who matter. And the moment those words leave her mouth, you'll see something fascinating. Her logical brain catches up. She'll stiffen slightly, look away, change the subject, shift to something completely neutral. This sudden reset back to professional distance is the biggest confirmation that the slip was real. She's not ignoring you. She's terrified of how much she just revealed. Research in emotional psychology shows that genuine attraction activates the autonomic nervous system, the part of the nervous system that controls involuntary responses. She cannot fake what her eyes do in that moment. She cannot manufacture the light that appears in them. You might catch a micro-expression, a real, unfiltered smile that lasts less than 2 seconds before disappearing. These moments are the most honest communication you will ever receive from another human being. Sign number 1 is about what she says. Sign number 2 is about where she looks, even when she's trying not to look at you at all. This one is subtle, powerful, and almost impossible to fake. Let's go. She tracks you without looking at you. Attention is the ultimate currency of human desire. We don't spend it carelessly. We don't give it to things that don't matter. And women, more than most, are highly strategic with their attention. In a social setting, a committed woman will anchor her focus to her responsibilities, to her partner, to the task at hand. But forbidden attraction creates what I call the magnetic attention shift, an invisible compass that keeps swinging back to you no matter how many times she tries to reset it. Here's the most common way it shows up: the flicker. It's not a bold, confident stare. It's a quick glance, the kind that snaps away the instant your eyes meet. You've seen it, that split second of eye contact that disappears too fast. Most men dismiss this. But what you're seeing is someone whose brain has flagged you as a priority stimulus. In cognitive neuroscience, this is called attentional capture. When something in your environment involuntarily overrides your focus, you have captured her attention, not because she chose it, because her brain decided for her. And here's where it gets more interesting. Because she is hyper-aware of you, she begins to notice microscopic details that no one else sees. She notices if your voice sounds slightly tired today. She notices if you're wearing something new. She notices the small shift in your energy when you're not in the best mood. She's a silent observer collecting information about a man her subconscious has already decided is significant. This level of observation is never accidental. It is a direct result of emotional investment. If this is making you think of someone specific right now, share this video with them, or don't. Your choice. But subscribe first, because it gets better. Now we're getting into the territory most men completely misunderstand. Sign number 3 is the one where a woman acts cold, acts distant, sometimes even acts like she doesn't like you, and most men walk away thinking she's not interested. But the psychology behind what's actually happening? It's the exact opposite. Watch. The colder she gets, the more you should pay attention. Let me explain something that most people don't know about the human body. When we experience intense emotion, especially conflicted emotion, our body generates physical energy. Adrenaline surges, heart rate increases, muscles tense. This energy has to go somewhere. For a woman who is secretly attracted to someone she can't be with, she cannot release that energy the natural way. She can't flirt openly. She can't lean in. She can't let her feelings show. So the energy leaks through her hands, her neck, her posture. You'll see her fidgeting with her jewelry, adjusting her hair for no reason, shifting her weight from one foot to the other, touching the hollow of her throat, a classic self-soothing behavior documented in body language research, triggered when someone is experiencing internal anxiety. She's not bored. She's not nervous about a presentation. She's trying to discharge the emotional voltage that your presence is generating inside her. But here's the sign that confuses men the most. Sometimes the nervous energy doesn't leak. It locks, and she becomes suddenly cold, stiff, overly formal, even slightly rude. You think you've done something wrong. You think she doesn't like you. You are wrong. What you're witnessing is emotional overcorrection. She is so aware that her feelings are close to the surface that she overcorrects in the opposite direction. She becomes rigid because she knows if she relaxes for even a moment, her true feelings will become obvious. In psychology, this is called reaction formation, a defense mechanism where someone behaves in a way that is the direct opposite of their actual feelings because the authentic feeling feels threatening or inappropriate. The more uncomfortable she is around you, the more significant your presence is to her. Discomfort, in this context, is not rejection. It is suppression. She is actively fighting herself. Tell me honestly in the comments, have you ever mistaken this for rejection? I definitely have. Most men have. Drop your experience below. Sign number 4 is the one that exposes everything, because jealousy is the one emotion she absolutely cannot rationalize when the attraction is forbidden. She has no right to be jealous. She knows she has no right to be jealous, and that makes it even more intense. Here's how to spot it. Watch her face the moment another woman enters the picture. Jealousy is one of the most powerful emotions in the human psychological spectrum. And it is powerful specifically because it cannot be faked in reverse. Think about it. If she genuinely has no feelings for you, she is completely indifferent to who you talk to, who makes you laugh, who stands next to you. She has no stake in your attention. But when she secretly views your attention as valuable, even if she knows intellectually that she has no claim to it, the moment that attention goes somewhere else, something activates in her limbic system. Threat detection. Here's what you'll actually see. Another woman enters the conversation. Someone laughs with you. Someone touches your arm. In a fraction of a second, her expression will change. It's not dramatic, it's micro. A flash of irritation, a slight hardening around the eyes, a momentary cooling of her energy. She catches it. She resets. But in the other direction, she might suddenly overactivate. She speaks louder. She becomes more animated. She drops a comment designed to recapture your attention. She's not doing this consciously. Her instincts are defending emotional territory that she has never officially claimed. And eventually, the jealousy forces her to gather intelligence. She'll ask you, as casually as possible, "Oh, how do you know her? Are you too close? Did you guys used to date or something?" The words are casual. The tone is not. It's tight, slightly forced, measuring your response very carefully. This is not small talk. This is threat assessment. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that jealousy-driven behavior in social settings is one of the most reliable, unconscious indicators of genuine emotional investment, even in individuals who consciously deny having any feelings. She is guarding something she hasn't even admitted to herself that she wants. This one hits different, doesn't it? Comment, sign 4. If this one made you think of a specific situation, let's talk about it. We've saved the most powerful sign for last. Sign number 5 is the one that goes deepest, because it's not about body language or attention. It's about what she says to you, specifically, the things she says to you that she doesn't say to anyone else, including her own partner. This is the sign that matters most, and it's the most dangerous. She tells you things she doesn't tell anyone else. In the psychology of attachment and intimacy, vulnerability is the most powerful indicator of trust. And trust, more than physical attraction, is the foundation of deep desire. Here's something important to understand about how women relate emotionally. For most women, emotional access is more significant than physical access. She can keep physical distance from you. She can put miles between your bodies. But once she begins voluntarily opening her inner world to you, that distance means almost nothing. In a committed relationship, a woman is supposed to reserve her deepest self for her partner. Her fears, her frustrations, her private hopes, her real opinions, her actual bad days. But when forbidden attraction develops, those emotional boundaries begin to blur, and she starts giving you pieces of herself that she isn't giving anyone else. This is called selective vulnerability. It rarely starts with a dramatic confession. It starts small. While she tells a coworker her day was fine, she tells you it was exhausting and explains exactly why in that specific tone. That means she actually wants to be heard. She shares a frustration she had at a meeting, a strange dream she can't shake, a memory from childhood that surfaced out of nowhere, a fear she hasn't said out loud to anyone. She's not just talking. She is testing the architecture of a connection. She wants to know if you will receive what she gives, if you will understand her, if you will meet her there in that private space. And when you do, when you respond with the right depth, the bond accelerates. The emotional investment deepens. Research in interpersonal relationship psychology, particularly the work of Dr. Arthur Aron, whose famous 36 questions study demonstrated that mutual vulnerability is the single fastest pathway to deep human connection, shows that once emotional self-disclosure escalates, attachment follows rapidly and often involuntarily. She is not just opening up, she is, subconsciously, taking a brick out of the wall of her current relationship and adding it to the foundation between you and her. Every private confidence is a quiet investment. Every real conversation is a bridge. She wants to be seen by you, not as a coworker, not as a friend, but as a woman whose inner world is worth exploring. And this is perhaps the most revealing sign of all. Because nobody opens their soul to someone they don't deeply feel something for. Has someone ever told you something personal, something that felt like it was meant only for you? Tell me about it in the comments. This is the most important one to understand. Now, what do you actually do with this information? Here's the part most channels won't tell you. These 5 signs, the emotional slip, the magnetic attention shift, the nervous energy, the silent jealousy, the selective vulnerability, they are not an invitation. They are a window. What you are witnessing when you see these signs in a woman is not a woman who is ready. It is a woman who is conflicted. She is caught in a war between the life she has built and the pull she didn't choose to feel. And that conflict? That is a recipe for chaos. For both of you. A man who truly understands social dynamics knows that just because the attraction exists doesn't mean it should be acted upon. If you chase someone who is in the middle of this internal war, you are not winning anything. You are walking into a minefield of guilt, of indecision, of collateral damage. Real power is this: the ability to see clearly, to understand what is happening, to stay unshakable, and to choose your own path with full awareness. When you master the ability to read these signals, you stop being confused by mixed messages. You stop misreading cold behavior as rejection. You stop chasing ambiguity. You see reality as it is. And from that clarity, you find something more valuable than any signal: the freedom to move with intention, to invest your energy where it will actually be returned, to build something real with a woman who chooses to be open with you. Not forbidden, not hidden, chosen. Comment below. Which of these 5 signs hit closest to home for you? I want to know. And I reply to comments every single day. This is a real conversation, not just a video. If you made it this far, you're not like most people. Most people want the shortcut, the quick answer, the easy playbook. But you sat here for 15 minutes and actually thought about this. That's a different kind of man. And that kind of depth, that awareness, that's exactly what makes a man magnetic without saying a single word. If this video gave you one new way of seeing the world, hit the like button. It tells the algorithm this content is worth sharing, and it helps this channel reach more people who actually need to hear it. Subscribe if you want to go deeper. We cover psychology, attraction, masculinity, and human behavior in a way you're not going to find anywhere else. Share this with one person in your life who you think would benefit from understanding this, and I'll see you in the next one.